Hello everybody and welcome back. Finally, it's been I don't even know. When was the last time I posted a Lego Batman episode? 8 months? You know, something. Actually, I'm gonna go check. July. Actually, it wasn't that long ago. It's probably been the longest time since I recorded it. But since I published it, not that long, July 31st, so that's like 3-ish months, I guess, yeah. Well, 2-ish months, I guess, since it was July 31st, and now I'm recording on October 3rd, so, yeah, that's, yeah, we're back, and in the last episode, we completed the whole campaign, the whole story, at least. And then I have gone, like last time, like with Lego Batman, or with Lego Star Wars 3, I have completely unlocked every character, and with this game, unlocking every character means basically 100%ing. So I have 100%ed Lego Batman 2. It didn't actually take me 3 months to 100% it. It took me like 2 weeks to 100% it. I just have been procrastinating, obviously, and I started recording Last of Us 2, and then I started recording Borderlands 4, and I started recording reactions on my new channel with my buddy Taylor, and if you want to go see that, Donnie and Brando Reacts in YouTube, youtube.com/Brando and Donnie Reacts, or Donnie and Brando Reacts, sorry. Definitely go check that out. But yes, this episode is ranking all of the characters in Lego Batman 2. I was gonna do it with a better place to show these off, but the fucking people will just attack you when you're outside the Batcave, so you know, the Batcave is where we're gonna be for this. So, just like in the Lego Star Wars 3 episode, I'm just going to give them a rating, A to D, I think is what I did last time. So I'm just going to do A to D again. So, or is it S? S to D. It was S to D, right? Yeah. It was S to D. And S is like the best of the best. This is what I want to see for Lego characters forever. Wish they were made this way, kind of, etc. And D being, then it goes A to B to C, and then D being the worst, absolute ones. They didn't really have thought. They don't really matter. They don't really do anything. So yeah, let's just get started. Obviously, the first one is going to be Batman. Lego Batman 2 Batman. Fantastic design for Batman. Is it my favorite Lego design in the game? No. Because, before you start hating on me, Lego Batman 1 is my favorite design for Lego Batman. And I know a lot of people like Lego Batman 2, and some even prefer it over Lego Batman 1, which in my mind is crazy, because Lego Batman 1 was my childhood, and Lego Batman 1 is the best Lego game of all time. But they went for the more Michael Keaton look, with the yellow bat signal, the yellow bat sign, yellow utility belt, and yeah, I will say, I'm going to rank this Batman, a solid A to start off with. I think we can still grow for an S. I'm going to be very stingy with S's in this game, because I know that there are some good ones and some great ones. So I'm going to say Batman, solid A. And next up is going to be Robin, which this is based more off of the Tim Drake Robin. And I love the R, I love the suit, The yellow lines are great. The only thing that fucks with me a little bit, the mask. The mask throws... Actually, the mask isn't that bad. So that doesn't fuck with me. What really fucks with me is the hair. The comb over, not it. Not it. Not gonna lie. If you would have gave me... You could keep the mask. Give me a hood over this Robin. Mwah. Best Tim Drake. Yeah, the hood really would have added... Or any hair but the comb over. But I get what they were trying to do, because the comb over is... They were trying to make it differentiate as Tim. So, yeah, I get it. I'm going to rank Robin a B, though. Obviously, I like Robin's design in Lego Batman 1 better. And it's Dick, so I can't really say anything there. But, yeah, I'm going to say this Robin, solid B. Solid B. I'm not going to rate their other... Before we go on, I'm not going to rate their other costumes because I can't really find them. But in Lego Batman 3, when I do this again, Lego Batman 3, I will rank all their costumes because I know that it's easy to find them and everything. So, this is just what I'm doing right now, is just these ones. Next up is Superman. Superman was very comic accurate at this point. I don't remember when this came out, but I don't know if Man of Steel was even out yet or not. So, very comic accurate. Love the little, curl in the hair. Love the undies, love the belt. I also really like the Superman emblem on the back of the cape. Great design. I am going to put this one at... Actually, I'm going to give this one an S. He's great. I love this design. He also has heat vision, cold breath, he can fly. Great. I forgot to say what the other ones can do, but Batman and Robin basically do the same. Grapple, batarangs, kind of that stuff, but they're not talking about suits. If we're talking about suits, they can do everything, which is awesome. But, I think I'll just go based off of design this time, and not what they can do. So, Superman S. First S. I know it's being stingy, and we're literally only on the third one, but Superman's design in this game is fucking fantastic. Now we're gonna go with Green Lantern. For the first Lego appearance of Green Lantern, it's a very solid design. Very plain. Green mask. The Green Lantern core symbol is very good. The one thing I hate about this minifigure, no ring. They just made his hand glow. He can fly, he can punch, and I hate that the only time you see the constructs are when you build with him on his little Green Lantern things, which are not a lot. So honestly, very solid start for Green Lantern. I know that they definitely grow in the next one because it's all about the Lantern Corps in the next one. So I'm going to give this one a C. Not the worst, but definitely there's way more room for improvement, and I know that they do later on. So definitely this one's going to be a C. Next we're going to be doing Cyborg. Okay. I do not mind Cyborg in this game, especially his uses in the game. Fantastic, because you can do everything the metal suit can do without actually having the metal suit, which made getting these gold bricks and everything so much easier with 100%. But this is my problem. They went first appearance Cyborg, and which is very classic, very slim. Okay. Hey, why is he doing that pose? I just have to talk about that right now. Cyborg would never do that pose, ever. He looks like he wants to work out or punch someone. Why? The mask, I get it's the first appearance, but it doesn't look right to me. It looks chunky. Obviously, this is the first appearance of Cyborg 2 in Lego form, but it's just not a good depiction. And I know later on he gets better as well, so I'm also going to put Cyborg in C. Not the worst, but definitely room for improvement. Next up is Flash. For this game, Flash is great. You are faster than the average person, and you can do the speed things. Great. The mask also is the brick built mask that was in this game that you can still get in some custom Lego sets or as custom Lego minifigures, but the actual put on arrows. I'm not the biggest fan of this look for the Flash, but I know people are. I would never generally pick it, but honestly, for design, it's good. Better than Green Lantern, better than Cyborg. You know, they actually felt like they got the Flash right in this. So for that, I'm gonna give him a B. Because yeah, he's better than those two, but still room for improvement. And I think this game, even though I'm giving these things scores, obviously I get that these are the first, the first time these guys have ever been put into Lego, so I'm gonna give them some slack. But I know that they also here to grow. So in the later ones, I will give them a higher score because they actually look fantastic. Wonder Woman. Great character in this game. Put it on. She can fly. She can throw a tiara. You know, fantastic. It's kind of like the earlier Wonder Womans when you got the Star Spangled undies. You know, still see everything. This is a very classic Wonder Woman that you get. I'm gonna give her a solid A. You know, she's not in it for a lot. She's kind of like the other ones where she's only in the last thing, which sucks because we want more Wonder Woman. But yeah, definitely solid A with Batman and Robin. Wish there was more of her. Her hair, actually, okay, I'm not gonna give her an A. I'm gonna give her a B with Flash and Robin. No, I'll stick with A. I'm gonna stick with A, and she can be with. Oh, where did her lasso come from? That's weird. I didn't realize she had a lasso. Her lasso this whole time. Why is it not gold? It's just brown. And she makes the Indiana Jones sound, which is awesome. Okay, I'm gonna stick with A. I'm gonna stick with A for Wonder Woman and not think about it too hard. Martian Manhunter. He can fly, shoot laser vision. Honestly, okay, this is what I'm gonna this is gonna be my final answer before I retcon this again. Wonder Woman B, Martian Manhunter A. This is a fantastic doing of Martian Manhunter. I think in Lego Batman 3 he may stay the same. It kind of looks the same. I love the red on the pants. Love the red going down it. Blue cape. Awesome. Green eyes. Fantastic. Love this Martian Manhunter figure. It's actually awesome. I do like in Lego Batman 3 that he can grow into the big fig. But this is a solid Martian Manhunter Lego. So he's going into A. Very solid. Aquaman, very disappointing because he's not in the roster. He shoots water, which is very helpful for getting other things, but that's all he can do. He pokes around with his trident and shoots water. Based on design though, his design is great. You have to get gold bricks to unlock him, which kind of sucks. But he's the classic Aquaman we know. Orange, green, blonde hair. Fantastic. Very classic Aquaman. I'm going to give him a B. Very solid Justice League member. Very solid iteration of him. He doesn't really grow that much because I feel like they already set the bar so high for him that there's no really room for improvement because he's already there. The only thing is in this game he's kind of lackluster, so he probably has room to grow in terms of not in his design, but like what he can do. So that's why I'm going to give him a B because he definitely will have room to grow into that in the later games. Next up, which is the first like non-Justice League member, well Justice League member, but non like in the Legoverse Justice League member, Hawkman. He can fly. Obviously, he has his mace, and that's it. And you lock him from gold bricks. What I'm going to say though is, I'm going to give him a C. And the only reason is because of that damn helmet. That damn helmet looks so bad I can't even, like, from the icon in the top left, I can't, if you told me who is this, I would have never guessed Hawkman. But you can tell when you see him fully that's Hawkman, obviously, but the mask is just awful. So I'm going to give Hawkman a C, and he's kind of useless too. So yes, C. And then on the other hand now, next we have Hawkgirl. Her mask, fantastic. Love that mask. I can definitely tell that that's Hawkgirl. And then the rest of her kind of just looks like Hawkman, but obviously how Hawkgirl is. I'm going to give her a B. Both of these characters have definitely room for improvement, and I'm pretty sure they do improve in the later games. As of right now, though, they kind of suck. So, as of right now, that's going to be my standings for them. Definitely room for improvement, but definitely need more. Okay, next up is Huntress. First iteration of Huntress, she shoots like, and it makes the sound of the Lego Indiana Jones games. Honestly, they did Huntress really well in this game. The purple mask is fantastic. The purple suit, awesome. Black cape, black hair, everything is cool. Wish they would have had black crossbow, but you know, that's whatever. They only had brown crossbows at this time in Lego. I'm gonna give her a solid A. She is a very solid character, and definitely the pinnacle, not the pinnacle of what Huntress looks like, but in this game, very, very good character design. So definitely, I'll put her A. A. Batgirl, okay. Love that they went with the black suit. Her mask is kind of weird to me because it's kind of chunky. Love the red hair. Black bat suit, great. I'm gonna give her a B just because the mask bothers me a lot. She does the exact same thing Batman does, but yeah, I'm gonna say B because the mask is weirding me out, and I know that they get better with time. Then we have Supergirl, which is the last character you unlock after you get basically 100% with the fucking 250 gold bricks. She does everything the same that Batman does. She's a great character in this, you know. She has a great design. She has the S on the cape. Fantastic. Love the Supergirl. I'm going to give her a solid A. There's not really much more you can do with Supergirl. She's just kind of there, and they kind of look the same. All the Supergirls afterwards kind of just look the same. And I think that's because you can't really improve, because they already did great in this game. I'm going to give her an A. Alright, Black Canary. She can do the sound thing, and that's about it. She has the fishnets, the blue suit, blonde hair. You can't really do much more with Black Canary. It's really hard to get Black Canary wrong. I'm gonna give her a B. I'm gonna give her a B. She doesn't really have a lot to do. I don't like her walk too. She looks like a prissy, just girl. And if anybody knows Black Canary, she knows that she's not very prissy. She's very tomboy. She definitely fights. You know, she actually trains the new members of the Justice League to be able to fight. Like in Young Justice, she was she trained all of them to fight. Definitely B. They can improve some places and give her more things, I guess. More being able to fight. Oh, she doesn't even fight. She just shoots her beam. Okay, that's awful. Yeah, B. Definitely room for improvement. I don't think she would ever be able to make it to A or anything because she's just kind of bland. In Lego, at least. In Lego, she's bland. Okay. Lex Luthor. This is the pinnacle of what Lex Luthor is in a Lego game. Because everybody knows Lex Luthor with his damn deconstructionator or whatever it's called with his gun. And he doesn't have a power suit on or anything. This is just Lex being Lex. I'm gonna give Lex... I'm gonna give Lex an S tier. Like I said, this is pinnacle what X is in Lego. Everybody knows him with the deconstructinator. And he's a perfect... It's hard to fuck up Lex Luthor because he's just a bald-headed man with a suit. But I think the gun is so iconic in this game that it pushes him up to and S tier with Superman. And I actually think that after this, even though Lex may get his power suit in the later ones, I still think actually think Lex will go down here because he's actually not as popular with the Deconstructinator. I think this is more popular, so I think he actually goes down. But in this game, definitely S tier. Next is Joker. He has a Tommy gun, and he can open the boxes. That's about basically it. Oh, and he can do the joy buzzers. This is a very solid Joker outfit, I feel like. Purple suit, flower, bow tie, green vest. The hair is great too. Classic Joker hair. I do prefer some other Joker hairs on actual Lego minifigures, but it's still a very solid one. He also has the classic Lego Joker voice. Great painted head sculpt. I'm gonna give Joker also an S. I think this is great Joker. So yeah, Joker, very solid S. And I actually think, I can't remember what I can't remember what Joker looks like in the Lego Batman 1 game. I actually do think that this is a one step up. I do realize that the Joker in the first game was made after the Michael Keaton movies. But this one was more comic accurate, so I do like this Joker a little bit more. So, next up, Harley Quinn. Glad they went with the black and red. Why she only walks like that is crazy. And when she flips to kick. She reminds me a lot of Batman. Batman 1 Harley. I wish they would have had the hammer. The fact that they don't have the hammer is kind of saddening. But the black and the red is really solid. As a playable character, she kind of lacks. I'm going to give her a solid B. Solid B for no hammer. Definitely. There's a hammer. Why can't you use it in fighting wise? I don't like that she only moves like that, and only the flipping kind of sucks. So, very limited. I know she definitely gets an upgrade in Lego Batman 3 and in Lego DC Superheroes, but in this one, solid B. Solid B. Next is Riddler. I actually have this Riddler in Lego based on this game. Very, very classic Riddler suit. Also has the unique cane, which I love. And I'm a big fan of Riddler. Riddler's my second favorite Batman villain of all time, you know. He can open his boxes, but that's about it. I'm going to give this Riddler also a solid B. Why? Because of the gray hat. He needs to have a green hat. That's just me. He needs to have a green hat. Everything else, great. He's lackluster in what he can do, but I do know that he gets better also as it goes on. And plus I do think that the Riddler in Lego Batman 1 is better than this one. So that's where it's going to be. Two-Face. He has the two guns, and that's it. What can you really do with Two-Face? Not much. His head, his face design, looks fantastic. Same as Batman 1. What I don't understand is why they went with orange and purple, because there's probably a comic out there that does orange and purple. But that is just not his colors. They had the perfect black and white. Why did they go over to orange and purple? I did own this for one point. I had a period of time where I owned this Lego minifigure. And then I traded it to my friend for something else because I just didn't want the orange and the purple, and by that time I got a black and white. So, I am going to give this one a C, which really pains me. As a lot of people know, Two-Face is my favorite Batman villain of all time. I love Two-Face. Love Two-Face. So the fact that he's getting put in a C tier actually physically pains me. But I know for a fact that in Lego Batman 3 and in DC Super Villains, he becomes actually a great minifigure. And now he's just kind of meh. So that's where they're going to stand. Alright, Penguin. Penguin is exactly like in Lego Batman 1. He can do the drum penguins, he can glide, he can shoot out of his umbrella. Very classic Penguin. I love, love, love this Penguin design. Top hat is amazing. Love it. I am going to give him a solid A. This Penguin design is fantastic. Gonna give him an A. Final answer. Awesome Penguin design. Can't really say much. The suit is awesome. I think they should make all penguins like this. I do like now that they're making penguins minifigures with the fur coat lining. But yes, love this. Love this. Next is Poison Ivy. Very solid Poison Ivy design. Love the leaves in the hair. Hair is gray red. The bottom only has that little like leafage part, which kind of sucks. I'd rather the leaves go out the whole legs. And the torso is great, and then just her arms bare. I know that she has better looking designs. This is a very solid one, so I'm gonna give this one a B. She also has the whip, but then she just punches. So yeah, solid B. Catwoman. Basically, Lego Batman 1 Catwoman. She has the whip. The mask is very classic Catwoman, but it's too chunky for me again. I don't really fuck with the mask. And I know it becomes better in Lego Batman 3 and in Lego DC Superheroes. So I am going to say, for this one, C tier. C tier for Cat. C for Catwoman. Could be way better. Bane. Very great Bane design. He is kind of lackluster, not gonna lie. Love the tubing printing on the back. But he's actually just a great design for Bane. He's just a strong man, you know. Actually very solid. I know for this game, I know he gets improvement because I know that he can become a Big Fig in the next game. But just speaking off of this game, I'm going to give him a C because, and I know that I said he has room to grow. The only reason that this one, I'm giving this one a C, an S, I mean not C, an S, I'm going to give him an S. And the only reason I'm going to give him an S, even though he has a little bit of room to grow, is because the only way he could grow from here is if he had Big Fig. If he was a Big Fig. And even in Lego Batman 3, he still has the Little Bane before he takes the Venom and becomes a Big Fig. So, since Big Figs aren't a thing yet, when this game came out, this is peak Bane. So, this is an S tier Bane right now, because they didn't have the options of Big Figs. Same with Killer Croc. Killer Croc should be a Big Fig, but I also think Killer Croc should have a small fig before he turns into a Big Fig. And Big Fig is not the time for Killer Croc yet. This is very classic. This is also like a Batman 1 design, and I think it's peak Killer Croc as a little minifigure. So I am also going to say S for this guy, even though he doesn't do that much. This is based on design. Okay. Mr. Freeze, though, I have a problem with. Because in Lego Batman 1, his design was so good, which you might be thinking, Brandon, this is his design from Lego Batman 1. Yes, but no. His freeze gun, why'd they make it so big? I liked his freeze cannon in the first one. This one is he upgraded to having like a double holster. Why? Why does he have this big cannon? Also, his face in that, it looks so small. I like in the first one where he had the big red glasses and his face was kind of bigger. In this one, it just looks too small, and he actually looks like he has a tiny head. So I actually think he downgraded in this game, and I'm going to give Mr. Freeze a C tier. I gave him a C tier. Scarecrow? This is basically the Scarecrow from Lego Batman 1. Great Scarecrow design. Maybe actually my favorite Scarecrow design yet. No, I did just buy the Lego Arkham Asylum, and I do love the Scarecrow mask in that set. I do like the witch's hat, but I gotta remember that Scarecrow usually doesn't have the witch's hat. So, I'm gonna give him a solid B. He doesn't do anything. I wish they would have had like his fear toxins or something in this. He just waves his hand mystically. So I'm going to give him a B tier. Love him though. Love him. But definitely could become more comic accurate, but I still love him. Okay, Captain Boomerang. He throws boomerangs, that's about it in this game. But this is a great Digger Harkness design. Which Digger Harkness is Captain Boomerang, obviously. You have the boomerangs going across his chest. He has the little, like, hat in this. He has the handkerchief. Great, solid. As for a first attempt at Captain Boomerang, this is a great Captain Boomerang design. I will probably give this one a B, just because it is a little plain. And I know that they make room for improvements in the next one. And he can do different things in the other ones, but definitely a great starting point. So B. Sinestro, on the other hand, got the Green Lantern treatment. His hair and his ears look really weird, way too round. His face is too big. He actually has the opposite problem of Mr. Freeze, and his head looks too big with his eyes and his mustache and everything. His lantern suit, though, looks great. Real lantern symbol is awesome. And he only has the glowing hand, which sucks. Also, I'm pretty sure when he makes constructs, he makes green constructs, and not yellow, because they didn't make his constructs yellow. So for that, I'm giving him a C tier. Good first step. Definitely lazy. Definitely could use some improvement. Next up, Mad Hatter, the guy that we all wished had a Lego minifigure. He is the same Mad Hatter from number 1, and still a great minifigure. Only thing I wish is that he had little short grid legs, but like I said at this time, they didn't make short figures, so this is kind of what you got. Love the hat. They kind of made him look like Mad Hatter from the storyline, but he kind of does. I'm going to give this one a solid... I'm going to give him an A tier, actually. He's an A. And I wish I had this minifigure in real life. Wish they made it. Great Mad Hatter design. Great Mad Hatter. Also, Killer Moth. This is one of the greatest Killer Moth masks ever. This is also based off of number 1. He still flies, and he has that awkward moth flying, which is great. He has a gun. That's about all he can do, and he falls flat on his face. This is one of the greatest Killer Moths design ever in Lego. Especially in number 1, because it's the same one from number 1. I'm giving this Killer Moth design, stick with me, I'm giving this Killer Moth design S tier. Why? That mask, peak. Everything, his suit, peak. Great Killer Moth. And if you're like me, Lego is the first place you heard of Killer Moth ever. So, great for them bringing an obscure villain and making him known to, younger fans at this time period. You actually probably can't get better than this, and I think in the other games he actually decreases when he is mentioned. I think he's not in Lego Batman 3, but he is in Lego Marvel supervillains, or Lego DC supervillains, and I'm pretty sure it's a downgrade. In that one. So, yep, Killer Moth, S tier. Man-Bat, on the other hand, Man-Bat it's the same one from number 1. He can shriek, he doesn't get an attack, and he has the wings in the back that are not Lego wings. I actually prefer the Man-Bat in the later games than this one. People might say that it looks better in this because of the wings on the back, but his ears kind of throw me off. I think the ears are better in the other ones. I'm gonna give Man-Bat a C tier. C tier for Man-Bat. I think that they could do better. And they do better. So, and he only screams. which kind of sucks. Clayface, on the other hand, this great minifigure, and I know everyone wants a Lego Clayface minifigure, and for it to look like this one. He also makes his hands into clay like mallets and knives. Fantastic. Love Clayface. For a lot of people too, this is their first introduction to Clayface, as well as Mad Hatter. I'm gonna give Clayface also S tier. This is peak Clayface. Do I wish they had a Clayface minifigure? I guess so. But I have a brick-built Clayface, not the one from the movie, but the one from the Batcave. And so I am actually okay with the brick-built because I like the more monstrous form. But definitely, I guess, could definitely use a minifigure. So definitely S tier, very classic Clayface. Alright, Hush. They gave him the Two-Face, whatchamacallits, guns. Great head design, great H. The only thing I know, Lego doesn't do trench coats, and I wish they did, because he has a great brown trench coat and custom figures, and it just feels like he's missing something, and what he's missing is the trench coat. But for this very solid minifigure, they never really do Hush justice in any of the other ones. This is a solid A for me. I love this Hush minifigure. I would want it maybe with a trench coat, but definitely solid A minifigure. And then Ra's al Ghul, on the other hand, not a fan of the hairstyle. His green eyes, fantastic. Sword, fantastic. He's just shirtless, kind of bland. And then green is kind of bland, and then the green cape. And that's about it. He's Ra's al Ghul, and if you said, who is this, I would say Ra's al Ghul, but he's very bland. He's like the great value version of Ra's al Ghul, which is why I'm going to give him a C. And I think there's definitely room for improvement, and I'm pretty sure he does get improvement in the other games, but for this one at least, I'm giving him a C. Very great start off point, could grow. Okay, next is General Zod. I know at some time General Zod looks like this, and maybe in the comics, I don't know where, maybe comics, maybe movies, maybe somewhere. Do I like this General Zod design? Hell no. General Zod should not look like this. I don't like the little eye symbol for General Zod as well. And I'm guessing, and he can do everything that Superman can do. But this is an awful General Zod design for me. I know they probably picked some place where he looked like that, but it's just not for me. He's gonna be also a C tier villain, and yeah, do not like this General Zod. Okay, Brainiac cannot do anything except for fly, but this is a great Brainiac design. It does get better in Batman 3, obviously. Great starting out point. It teases the next game in this. I'm giving this one an A because it's great for Brainiac. Love this design for Brainiac. Awesome. They stuck to the comic book accurate depiction. Great A tier. Bruce Wayne. Obviously, Bruce Wayne. Very bland. I do think there are better Bruce Wayne designs out there. I'm giving this one D tier because this is actually one of my least favorite Bruce Wayne designs. So D tier. Also Dick Grayson, and I hate that this Robin's Dick, because in my mind, and it will always be in my mind, you guys will never change this for me. This Robin is Tim because Dick would never be caught with the comb over. This is also D tier. D tier. Horrible Dick Grayson design. Never will be Dick Grayson. Even though it says Dick Grayson, this is Tim for me. No. Still not. Clark Kent. Great. Oh, he can blow, or he can do his ice. Okay, and he has glasses. Very great Clark Kent design, actually. Really like this Clark Kent design. I'm gonna give it a C. Obviously, it's basic in design, but very solid Clark Kent design. Very solid. Alfred. Alfred is one of the best characters in this game. I think that this is the pinnacle of what Alfred should look like in LEGO. Very fantastic. Loved him in 1, loved him in this game. Very fantastic. Alfred is getting a B tier because this is a great Alfred design. Peak Alfred. Peak Alfred. Jim Gordon, also peak design. He is also going to be getting a B tier. This is what Jim Gordon should look like in LEGO, in my opinion. So, B tier. Very basic as well. Lois Lane. Yes, great. It's an okay Lois Lane. I don't like the pink lipstick. The pink shirt. Great. Hair in the bun. Great. She is very bland. She's just a LEGO character with the name Lois Lane. D tier. Don't really care that much. Vicky Vale's also in the same boat. She just has the tan dress on. Actually, if you would say who is this, I would have guessed A Million Women. Vicky Vale probably would have been the first one for me to guess, but that's because I know it. If you would have said who is this DC person to anybody who doesn't really know comics, they probably would never get this one. So, definitely D tier. Policeman, just a regular policeman, not anything. I'm giving him a D tier. Just regular policeman, boring. Clown Goon. I do not like this version of a Joker Goon. I like LEGO Batman 1's Joker Goons way better. Also a D tier. He's just a clown. Mime Goon, same in the same boat. I like LEGO Batman 1. And he's just a regular goon. He is also getting a D tier. Riddler Goon. I feel like all the goons are gonna get D tiers because I like just the LEGO Batman 1 designs better. He looks like he's wearing pajamas. D tier. Two-Face Goon. Literally the same thing. Why did they use orange and purple? Don't know. D tier. And this is the only goon, and I will say yes, it is getting S tier. When you think of Lexbots in LEGO, you think of these guys. These guys are fantastic, up and down. I love these guys. These are the best goons, the best Lexbots. When I think of Lexbots, I automatically think of these guys, even in real world standards. These guys are the best version of Lexbots. Love them, love them, love them. S tier. And now, we have gone through all of the regular game stuff, and now we're getting into the DLCs. So the first DLC pack is the Hero Pack, where they introduce more heroes to this game. First off is Robin, Damian Wayne version. For Damian Wayne, this is very solid Robin of the R, but you can't tell this is Damian Wayne because he's not short. I do know that this is before they made short legs, but it's not Damian Wayne without short legs. He has to be a kid. That's what sets him apart from the other Robins. He looks great as Robin. It does not look good as Damian. So as a fact, if I'm rating him as Damian, he's getting a C tier. And I do know for a fact that in LEGO Supervillains, Damian Wayne has actually done great in that game. So D tier. Next is Nightwing. Nightwing is great, has the anime hair, the Scrumina sticks. He is a very bland character in this game. And Nightwing is my favorite Bat Family member. He's my favorite Robin. I'm going to say, though, that this is a B tier. And I said this because I saw this poll on Instagram of your month is your LEGO Batman character. And I got Nightwing for mine. And I literally said this. I said, great character to get, but not a good LEGO Batman character to get. Because in these first couple games. And I know that they do him better in LEGO Batman 3 and in LEGO Supervillains. So for that, he's getting a B tier. Love him though. Okay. Shazam. I use this character to get 80% of the gold bricks in this game. He is so versatile. I love him. I love the constant lightning flow on him. Love the sparkling hands. Love his whole design. White cape, face, hair, torso, suit, everything about him. And I used him for getting all these Lego bricks. So I have an actual, like, bond to this character now in this game. Otherwise, Shazam would probably be very low because I'm not a huge Shazam fan. His is basic, but in this game, he's done well. He's my favorite DLC character out of all the DLC characters that you get in this game. He's getting an S tier, straight S tier. Love him, perfect Shazam. Whatchamacallit design, and I think it only goes downhill for Shazam after this. So definitely S tier Shazam. Okay, next is Katana. And for me, Katana should not look like this. Red arm, great. Suit, good. Could be better. Hair, whatever. Don't think that hair should be on Katana, but still, don't care. And what throws me off is the mask. The mask does not scream Katana to me, because Katana should have the half-white mask with the red dot. So, this is not my version of Katana. Also, I don't like how she holds her sword and how she runs with her sword. It's cool, that they try to add her into this game. This is the first one of Katana. But there's definitely way more room for growth for this character. I'm going to give it a B tier. I mean, not B tier, C tier. C tier. It's not really Katana. And next is Zatanna. Rounding out the first DLC pack. She doesn't have her wand, and she flies to fight, which is weird. Which I know she can fly. I do like the yellow hands. Love the fishnets. Love the little, like, outfit she got on. Love the top hat. Love the hair. She looks like a great Zatanna. Wish she had a wand, though. And for the fact of no wand, and that she fights with, like, floating and punching, she's just gonna get a B tier from me. Solid B. Solid B Zatanna. And now we're going into the second DLC, which is the villains. It's a villain pack to give more villains. First off, we got Bizarro. Bizarro still having non-flipped attacks really bugs me, but this is an awesome Bizarro design. Great Bizarro. The S, I think, is still the... No, is it the right way for... No, that's different, because S... Yeah, so it's the wrong way. Okay, so they did the S right and everything. I love this Bizarro design, obviously. The only thing that hiccups me is the actions, but that doesn't really matter because it's a DLC character, so, you don't play it for the DLC actions, characters for the actions anyway. You just care for the character, and I'm honestly... And he doesn't have the curl. I'm gonna give Bizarro S tier. This is an S tier Bizarro. I don't know if he goes down. I don't really remember Bizarro in any of the other later DC games, but this is a perfect Bizarro, and I think it's very peak Bizarro, so I'm going to give him S tier. Next is Black Adam. Even though he has the same moveset as Shazam, I use Shazam over Black Adam. But I love the chest design. I love that's different. I like the yellow lightning over him. I love the hair. I love the thing. Love his face. This is a great Black Adam, actually. Do I wish he had a cape? Yeah. Does it matter much? No. I'm gonna give him a B tier. Solid B. Great first iteration of this DC villain, but definitely could use some growth. Next, Captain Cold. This Captain Cold is what Mr. Freeze should have been in this game. I love the gun, even though it's all the way see-through. I actually never realized that when I was playing this game. That was all the way see-through. Could use better gun, I guess, but even then it doesn't really bother me that much. I love how it sounds. And whenever I actually had to use to freeze something, instead of Mr. Freeze, I would use Captain Cold in this. I think this is a great iteration of Captain Cold. Parka, love the parka, love his whole suit actually, love the glasses. I'm giving this Captain Cold an S tier, because it's a great Captain Cold design. I actually don't think you can improve on this much, and I don't remember Captain Cold in the other LEGO games that much either. So yeah, solid S Captain Cold. Next is Gorilla Grodd. He is... I think they should have not done Gorilla Grodd for this DLC pack. He looks like a monkey, which he is a monkey, but he doesn't look like a gorilla. He looks like a monkey because he's little. I know this is before Big Fig, but you should not have made Gorilla Grodd if he wasn't a Big Fig. The cape looks weird. The jewelry on him looks weird. I don't like this Gorilla Grodd design. And I think this is the only non-civilian, non-goon that I'm giving a D tier. This is an ugly Gorilla Grodd design. Ugly. I actually can't even look at it anymore. And the last of this bunch is Black Manta. I really like the Black Manta designs later on. This is just kind of too tall for me, but it's actually not that bad. The all black chest and legs though kind of sucks. So, but the helmet is really good. Definitely room for improvement, but not by that much. I'm gonna give him a B tier. Definitely could be better, but definitely could be worse. So definitely B tier. And with the said B tier, that is going to be all, guys. That's every character ranked in LEGO Batman 2. So I'm just gonna go back to this. Thank you guys for sticking along with me with this journey, even though it took me so many months to actually record this, and who knows when I'm gonna post this. But thank you. I went 100% with this game, so I now really like this game. It was actually my least favorite LEGO Batman game, but now it's definitely up there now. I still might rank it my least favorite actually, but it still have a better impression than when I played it before. So, I really love this game. The next LEGO game, obviously, since we're still doing chronologically chronological order, is LEGO Marvel Superheroes, which I will be getting to next whenever. Still have to finish Last of Us, still have to finish Borderlands 4, so I'll probably record an episode of LEGO Marvel Superheroes after I record this, just because I'm still in kind of a LEGO mood. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this episode and last episode of LEGO Batman 2, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.